Mike, a 27-15 win over Cornish Pirates tonight with the bonus point. You pleased with that?
I think in the round, yes. You can't get any more than 5 points, and we've gone out and achieved that goal. So in terms of result, you can't get any more than 5 points. So yeah, we're very happy with the outcome. I think, and as always, as a side, we'll reflect and look at what went well and what didn't go so well. But I think there's some huge positives from this game, and also some work-ons.
It's the nature of our tries tonight. They're mixed up. Obviously, Mark Bright got his customary try from a driving maul, but pleasing to see Matt Williams going for a brace. Miles Montella probably scored the pick of the scores in the first half. So real variety to our 4 tries tonight.
Yeah, great variety to the way that we were attacking, and credit to the whole team really. I think Matty Williams' second try, well, again we just all managed our leg speed. That's 4 tip passes in a row to put the winger away, and that was a mixture of forwards and backs managing their leg speed. So that's a real pleasure to see, because that's something we've been working on with both the forwards and the backs, and they've delivered tonight. You look at Miles' try again, set plays, looking at what we can and can't do depending on what opens for us. That's creating uncertainty in defences, which allows us then to exploit and recognise the right decision. And yes, of course, we saw the customary Brighty driving maul, but it wouldn't be a Friday night's game at the Rag if we didn't see one of them. But credit to Cornish Pirates. I think the way they dealt with our driving maul at times was fantastic, and they had a pretty tasty driving maul themselves. So they were a tough team, and they were right in it for the first 60-70 minutes, very similar to the game down there. And we knew it was going to be a tall order, but the boys have shown a real toughness, a real grittiness, and put in some proper graft there to get the victory.
A bit scrappy in that first half though.
Yeah, well, a little bit scrappy, and probably a little bit, they're the work-ons really. The accuracy and the execution wasn't quite there. The timing of the pass, actually looking at whether the offload was on or whether it wasn't. Those are the bits and pieces that, sometimes you've got to get it wrong to get it right, and I think that's the nature of where we are as we develop our attacking game. And credit to the boys, they still maintained the positive. They had the ambition to carry on trying to play and make the right decisions, and we got the fruits and we got the rewards.
It was a strange period of play in that second half, real seesaw, where they scored from an attacking line out. Matt Williams goes and scores in this corner. They score from another attacking line out. Matt Williams scores again. Was a crucial turning point when they had yet another attacking line out, but then they knocked on, and then we went up the other pitch and then scored. Yeah,
and I think if you looked at all 4 of those tries, it will follow from the opposition or the other team making a silly mistake at a crucial time, and that was just a sequence of events that happened, and they're the things that we've got to work on when we have the possession, that we don't make those mistakes and we're able to maintain pressure and build upon it. That's the work on. I think we also need to recognise our defensive discipline tonight was first class yet again. Practically a full 80-minute performance where, yes, we gave the odd penalty away at set piece and the odd penalty in the loose play, but our defensive discipline from 1 to 23 was absolutely where we want it to be. Our line speed, our recognition, our 2 in 2 forward, all the bits and pieces that we talk about in our defensive alignments and our shapes was where it needed to be, and we maintained discipline for the entire game, and that's credit to all the boys and the hard work that they've put in over this week.
What was the key positive from this game? So there's a number of positives. What would you take out most from this game?
For me, it's just the way that we're progressing with ball in hand and our defensive discipline. So I suppose that's two points, but it's progression, both with ball in hand, but also the way that we're defending the opposition. There's consistency in our discipline and our focus, and now we just need to improve the accuracy with ball in hand and ensure that we can just minimise those penalties defensively. Those, even the soft ones now, or the tough ones that go against us. If we can minimise those, then actually we're going to be even tougher to play against, and that's the challenge as we move on into the next game in 2 weeks, Bedford.
Do you know what was going on at scrum time? We got penalised a number of times at the scrums.
I'm not even sure Wayne Barnes knew what was going on. I mean, I don't profess to know. I think there was issues over the binding and whether or not the binding on the arm was making the props collapse. So symptom and cause, it's been the massive talking point, not just in our league but across the board. And we need to get some clarity of what's required, what the pictures are the referee's looking for, and they need to be clear with the players and then follow through, because all boys want, all rugby players want, all front rows wants is consistency and clarity over what they have to do to deliver a scrum. And let's just say it's work in progress for the props and work in progress for the officials.
After the disappointment up at Nottingham, I think everyone was disappointed after that game. How pleased are you to have got the maximum 10 points from our last 2 games?
Yeah, I'm immensely pleased, and I'm immensely proud of the whole squad. They've circled the wagons, and they've looked inward, and they've seen what's not going right, what needs to change, and they've applied themselves. You know, it's been a tough 2 weeks for them. And credit to every one of them that they've dealt with that pressure, they've dealt with what needed to change, and they've dealt with everything that's been thrown at them, and they've come out on tops and delivered for this club for 10 points. So, you know, I'm proud of them. I think it's credit to them and the way that they've represented the club the last couple of weeks to get us back where we needed to get to, and we're sitting nicely in the league programme with a week off to regroup, refocus, and then get ready for Bedford.
The way Cornish Pirates performed tonight, as you said, it was really close, really up until that last 10 minutes. Does that show the nature of this league? It's really competitive. Okay, Bristol and Worcester, there's a bit of gap between them and the rest, but the other teams, it's really close and it's fine margins at times.
It is, you know, and it is about you know those 2 teams apart who've got immense resource. Everybody else has got a limited resource to play with, and it's about trying to maximise your resource on the pitch and off the pitch, you know, to get performances where they need to be come match day. And inevitably, you know, sometimes teams are slightly on and slightly off, and that sometimes can be the difference. But that's the nature of the championship. It's highly competitive, and if you are not on the money, then you get knocked off. And as we saw tonight, you know, you have to go the full 80 minutes to get your rewards. And you know, fortunately, our boys stepped up to that challenge and delivered the 5 points.
This was the first game of the second half of the season. How do you reflect on that first half of the season? We're sitting third. We've been in the top 4 for the whole season. You must be really pleased with that.
Yeah, I think so far so good, but you know, it's no good being in the top 4 in January. We want to be in the top 4 come April. So you know, again, the hard work that you know all the staff and the coaches have put in, and the hard work that more importantly that the players have put in and they've bought into has paid dividends for us in the first half. But you know, we've had to deal with a horrendous injury crisis in those first 3 or 4 months of the season, and we're starting to see the squad return to the normal size to make competition fierce, which is again a real positive as we move into the business end of the season. So, you know, it's been times of frustration. You know, a couple of away games I can think about, and you know, but there's also been kind of real moments of inspiration, and we've started to see the side evolve and move forward. And as we get stronger with more players on the pitch and more players on the training paddock, then hopefully we'll galvanise, we'll show the grittiness, we'll put the graft in, and we'll keep pushing forward as we progress through the season.
I spoke to Mark Bright earlier, just talking about the guys that are coming back. Obviously, Josh Thomas Brown's come back. Adam Buchanan's going to go out and loan for a couple of weeks to Blackheath. So there's real competition for places, certainly in that pack.
Oh yeah, it's spicing up lovely. Just what you want to see. You know, we're getting the big boys back, and you're right. You know, Adam's chomping at the bit. He's going to get some game time the next couple of weeks and put himself firmly in contention for the Bedford game. But you know, the likes of James Phillips, we've seen him just step up today as well. I mean, I don't like to single out players, but I thought he was outstanding today. His carrying ability, his work ethic. He's looking around the pitch. He's making positive impacts everywhere he goes with ball in hand and being destructive at line-out time. So, you know, he's starting to find some real form, which is great news for the rest of the team. But, you know, just as we said, just rises the competition. Bestie made a real impact as well tonight, and you know, that's good news for us. And you know, the back line's just ticking nicely, and we're starting to see the racehorses on the outside getting fed, and they're starting to make hay, shall we say. But that comes from the boys on the inside.
Just finally, what are the plans? We've got a fallow week next week, but are the boys in at the start of the week? What's the plan?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I mean, the reality is we've got to review this. We've got a few things we need to address, and then we'll work hard Monday, Tuesday, and then the boys will have the remainder of the week to relax for themselves and have some downtime, and then we get ready for business again the following Monday.
Well done tonight.
Thanks a lot.